Justice Minister Ronald Lamola says his department will need a bigger budget to deal with the revelations emanating from the state capture report to get convictions. Lamola spoke to Newzroom Afrika's Polani Pakhadi on the sidelines of the Human Rights Day commemoration in Costa in Northwest.
The President has spoken at length here at the commemoration of the Human Rights Day 2022, and he emphasized that corruption and state capture have eroded basic human rights. Joining me now just to unpack a little bit more is Justice and Correctional Services Minister Ronald Lamola. Thank you very much for joining us, Minister. I'm sure what the President had said must have fired you to want to do more to crack the whip on corruption through those convictions.
Yes, indeed. It is a challenge that we have to address as society. As you have heard, the President says that it's a chain from members of the community, from officials, from the private sector. Everyone plays a role in this corruption. And if we all join hands together, we can crack it as a society.
What more do you think we should be doing to address the issues around state capture? Is your department looking at those big files that we have seen, looking to comb through it to ensure that at least there is some realization of convictions, should there be cases to answer to?
Yes, obviously, as you all have heard from the Minister of Finance, to help the NPA in terms of budget, so that they've got enough resources that can enable them to deal with these matters, including human resource skills, capabilities, forensic capability in terms of prosecutions, and also dealing with digital analysis and forensic, which are some of the most complex things that they find themselves handling. So the budget, I hope, I definitely believe will go a long way to build that capability, not only for the NPA but also for the Hawks, obviously, because they also start from them. It's a kind of a relay effect with the investigations. By the time the docket is court ready, the NPA must be convinced and be satisfied that they will be able to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt.
Maybe just one or two of the challenges that you think are leading as far as dealing with some of these convictions is concerned. I mean, you had talked about the issue around the budget. Will that help this kind of situation where from the local government, provincial, all the way to national, you are able to clamp down on allegations of corruption when they arise?
Yes, it will definitely help, not only the budget and also the skills that they do need, because they are now dealing with very complex crimes. The crimes that the NPA and the South African police dealt with in 1994 have really evolved. Today is a very complex syndication. If you look at the stand of matter, for example, it transcends borders in terms of digital matter, money, where the money went into, the cash outflows, where you want to follow the money. It moves from Germany, goes to various jurisdictions. And that needs also a capable, skilled investigator. Therefore, needs also capacitation for the South African police, the Hawks in particular, and also a capable prosecutor who will be able to understand the balance sheet, who will also be able to read a financial statement, and also an investigator at the SAPS who can read the financial statement, who can read and understand what is a balance sheet. So that is what we are now dealing with in all these crimes, including the corruption cases that they are dealing with at state capture. If you looked at the Commission of Inquiry, they were very sophisticated, very complex. Hence, you also need that level of sophistication in the SAPS, the Hawks, and also the NPA.
Final one, Minister. I can see you're wearing a very colorful T-shirt there. Are you running for NCDP?
I've always said that I will answer that question when the right time comes, but I have always responded positively when called upon by the structures of the ANC to take a responsibility.
Minister Ronald Lamola, thank you very much there for joining us here on Newzroom 405. And of course, the Minister saying that the whip will be cracking as far as corruption is concerned, and they will be dealing with those issues. And they've asked for a budget from the Finance Minister, Godongwana, to deal with some of the allegations that have been raised in the Zondo Commission report. For Newzroom Afrika, Channel 405, I'm Polani Pakhadi.